doing, one of them I'm doing, is this is my, this, can you see that?
Yeah, it's great.
That's my new Manzanita flying ant. I've actually been working on this thing for years, but I've been trying to figure out a good material for the wings, and I've tried Zelon and it's no good because it kind of sucks water up and tangles, and then I've tried hackle fibers and I never liked that. And then I got to thinking, man, I've had a material for years. This is Swiss straw, and it's a dead ringer, man, for the wings on those ants. It looks exactly like that.
You have to treat it though.
Well, I just soak them in Hydrostop or whatever that crap is.
You have to treat it with waterproof.
But I don't care.
Otherwise it gets really limp.
That's okay, because those ants, when they fall, they just fall real low in the water and kind of spread their wings. So those of you who don't know what Swiss straw is, this is Swiss straw right here, and it's
real expensive.
Yeah, and it comes like this, $2 for like
100 yards.
yeah, like 20
a
feet,
lifetime
a lifetime supply. Anyway, and it comes in like 10 different colors.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like this, which is kind of deceiving. But what you end up doing is you whack it, you cut a piece, and then you just kind of spread it out, and it comes out looking like that.
Flat.
Yeah, it's flat, and this is like half as wide as it is. And then you just cut strips out of it, and it's real strong this way lengthwise, but it's not very strong widthwise. You can kind of rip it apart, and it's soft. And the nice thing about it, when you're casting it, it folds up, because some of that other stuff is make your flies spin if it's stiff material. So I thought, what the heck, that looks good. So this is a pretty easy pattern, but it's I used it with the other wing, and it works great. But the ants on Manzanita are pretty big. They're actually not quite that big, but they're pretty close.
Fish don't care really.
They don't care. Now I've tied some next size up too, but they're black. They've got brown wings. They've got black legs, and I kind of make the legs kind of long so they're kind of floppy. The fish don't care. Just gives it a little more life. So start this thing out. I'm gonna start my thread around in the middle.
What size and type of hook is it?
This is a Dairiki 280, same as a Tiemco 2302. It's like a 2x long, it's kind of a 2x long hopper hook. Yeah, it's got a curve to it. This is a 12. I tied some in 10s also. So the reason I'm putting a layer of thread there, that foam tends to want to spin around. It wants to spin around the hook. So the other thing I do is put a little bit of Zap-A-Gap on there. That kind of locks it in. So this is just 2mm foam. You can use 1.5 if you can find it. I actually like 1.5 better, but it's kind of hard to find.
You buy the thick stuff and cut with a razor blade.
Well, I do it. This is a sheet of 2mm I cut, but they actually, you can get it 1.5mm thick in a sheet, but it's kind of hard to find.
But you can buy
This is
like 5 or 6 or whatever. That stuff's like 1/4 inch thick.
Yeah.
Edgewise.
Yeah, you
As
could.
thin as you want.
Yeah, just easier if you can find a sheet in 1.5, but the 2 works fine. So I'm just going to tie it down here. Try to keep it straight on the hook. Lash it down good. And then I'm going to use some Antron dubbing. And Ralph Cutter, he probably studied insects more than anybody I know. I forget what the order is for, what's the order for ants? Homoptera or something? Have you ever looked at that? But anyway, what that means is hairy body. And he says when you see those things underwater, that they've got real fine hairs on the body of the ant, and they kind of glisten in the water. And this Antron has kind of got some silver or some clear in it, and it kind of does that when you see when I dub it on there. It's kind of fuzzy underneath.
You've used this pattern, George?
Yeah, I've used it like a Manzanita, but I've used it with, like I say, with different wings on it. And when we do the Manzanita fish out, that's right about when these ants start flying up there.
They're there. It's ready.
Man, when they hit the water,
Oh,
man, those
When
fish
Katie
go,
barred the door.
yeah, those fish go nuts for them, man. If you're lucky enough to hit it right then,
When you're on the lake and they're hitting it,
man.
fish are everywhere. It's like a hatchery.
Yeah,
We worked
they're
out
just
there.
boiling
I
it.
remember somebody saying that.
And when those things hit the water, man, they just splat down. They're big.
Yeah, they're crappy flyers, so they
Yeah.
all fall in the water.
Yeah, they're bad flyers.
Actually looks like it's raining
Yeah.
when
Oh,
they
your
start
tube.
dropping.
Okay, so I've got that underbody, and I'm going to pull the foam over and try to keep it as straight on top. Yeah, because it wants to roll with the torque of the thread. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the thread forward. I'm going to make like a waist in the middle here. Ants actually have like 3 segments, but
Yeah.
most people tie them with 2. But
Yeah,
the fish could care less, but I want a little bit of separation here. Okay, so I've taken the Swiss straw and flattened it out, and I just cut it in some strips about 4 millimeters wide or so, 3-4 millimeters wide. And I'm just going to tie it on top.
What's that in America?
About a hook gap.
No, it'll be
16?
a little more,
30
close to
seconds?
3/30 seconds. Yeah, I actually use millimeters. It's actually more accurate. It's a lot you can get it a lot closer. So I'm tying 2 wings.
That's right, here we're gonna adopt a metric system soon.
Didn't we try that
They were talking about
like
that
40
for
years
what?
ago?
I was gonna say at least 20
You
years
never-
ago.
yeah,
Something
never-
like
You
that.
dump the metric
Elementary
system
school.
or take it on?
Yeah, never.
You're gonna dump it or take it on, the metric system? You said dump the metric system?
No, I was just joking, I was saying they were gonna adopt it. Yeah, I've been hearing that since I was in elementary school.
Right,
Well, they did for.
they did for a while.
Remember, all you had is.
The gas pumps and stuff were doing.
Yeah, and then half the cars were half metric, half US.
Well, we built one building at the lab using the metric system, and it was a total fiasco because you can't order light fixtures that are,
Oh, yeah.
Well, already
56
plywood's in the metric system right
centimeters
now.
by
You
30,
can't get 3/4 inch plywood anymore.
Well, yeah, it's not 3/4. It's
No, it's a metric system, and it's like, 21, 30 seconds or something.
some weird thing.
Which
Yeah.
meant all my doggone cutters and stuff that I had for 3/4 inch plywood for
Right.
gravity
Yeah,
and
for dados,
stuff.
it
Wouldn't
doesn't
fit
work.
in
Yeah,
there.
they
You
don't
have to
work
buy
anymore.
special ones, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of trim these wings a little bit.
A little point on it.
Yeah, a little bit. Something like that. Then I've got some centipede legs here, mini, and I'm gonna make this an arachnid. I'm gonna give it 8 legs. So I've got 2 strands. I'm just gonna tie them in on either side. Tying the other 2 on this side.
George, I wasn't paying attention. Did you tie the wing in on that second segment or in front of it?
Right in the middle.
Right on that?
Yeah, kinda right in the
second one you
middle, yeah.
created, the short one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually crushed that second one down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wrapped over the top of it.
Yeah. I tried doing them out of one piece, but that didn't work very good, so it's easier to
The
do
wings?
that too.
You tried the wings in one piece?
Yeah, I tried to just do one piece
Fold
and
it back.
then fold it back. It was just
Easier.
easier to end up cutting it. So anyway, it looks a little ragged. Then since these things float real low, I'm going to put a little indicator on the top there, and it's kind of optional. You don't have to do that, but from probably 30 feet away, you won't be able to see this thing.
Helps for old people.
Yeah, you won't be able to see this thing at all from 30, 40 feet away, so. So, and this is some like 1mm foam. The other thing it does is it kind of flattens those wings out a little bit. And it came out kind of screwed up. So then I'm going to pull all this back. Give myself a layer of thread here. And dub this part. With all that foam there, thing's pretty much unsinkable, but it's going to float real low in the water.
My hands float low anyway.
Yeah, they can't swim, they just kind of sit there and twitch their legs and their wings.
Legs getting away.
Yeah, well, the good thing, if you leave them long, then you can kind of drag everything out of the way. It's okay if it's a little fuzzy and crazy because it gives you that fuzz underneath. And what I'm going to do is instead of cutting that off real close, I'm going to leave a little hump there, and that kind of gives you your third segment. And I'm just going to take the legs. I'm going to leave them pretty long. You can always cut them shorter if you want. Just going to drag them out here.
That looks like a housefly from here.
Yeah. The
Hey, houseflies work.
oh yeah.
What's wrong with that?
They're just fatter.
Hmm?
They're just fatter houseflies.
Well, they get a little shine at the top of them.
Yeah.
Those wings make it look kind of like a housefly.
But you can see how that small legs, they just vibrate on the water. You get a lot of life out of that. So that's it.
So what's the presentation?